Welcome to this week's episode of Serving the Community podcast. Each week, your host Trisha Stetzel is highlighting people and organizations in our communities that are serving through volunteer work and giving back to make our community, country, and even the world a kinder place to live. Hello, and welcome to this week's podcast of Serving the Community. My name is Trisha Stetzel. I'm the owner of ResultsXtreme Business Solutions and the founder of Serving the Community podcast. With me today, I'm super excited. It has taken me months to get him on the show. Finck. I met him through the Houston Veterans Chamber of Commerce. He's with Fairway Mortgage, and I'm going to have him talk a little bit about himself, which he's not very good at. And then we're going to jump right into some of the programs that Fairway Mortgage has for veterans. Chris, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for inviting me on your show, and I'm glad I finally jumped on here. I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about your background.
A little bit about my background. So I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I joined a little late in life. I was 21 when I went in the Marine Corps, and thought I wanted to do 20 to 30 years in the military, travel the world, all that fun stuff. But I married a Marine and then started having a family and decided, okay, can't raise a family while you're overseas somewhere else. So one of us got out and the other one didn't. So now here I am, a veteran. And then I got out of the Marine Corps. I went to school and got my degree in finance, and wanted to get into mortgage years ago when the little bubble bursted. So I took a different route and became a financial advisor. And fast forward, I moved from Washington State about 5 years ago. One of my Marine Corps buddies talked me into moving to Texas. I'm like, all right, here we go. Let's go to Texas. And now here I am, a mortgage loan officer with Fairway Mortgage.
Awesome. Well, and I'm glad that you made it to Texas, or we would have never crossed paths.
That's right.
So, and you've got two kiddos. I know one's in college, Doron, right?
Yep. My son's Doron. He's super smart. So my degree's in finance, and I tried talking him out of a degree in finance. I'm like, get an engineering degree. Come on, do something other than. He's like, no, Dad, I want to follow in your footsteps. I'm like, engineering, come on. But he's decided to pursue finance, and he's in his second year at U of H, and my daughter's 24, and I'm not sure how the math. I have a degree in finance. My daughter and I are the same age. I can't figure that math problem out. It's kind of crazy. I don't know.
It's okay. Yeah. I think after 23, we just stopped counting, right?
That's right. Well, counting. I figured I'm 50 now, so at 25, I figured I better age to at least 30. I can't be half my age, maybe something.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And we would be remiss if we didn't mention your daughter's name is Kristina.
Oh, Kristina, correct.
Yeah. Guys, if she happens to listen to this podcast, she's going to be like,
Dad. I'd be in so much trouble. Yeah.
You'd be in so much trouble.
I'd be getting my phone be blowing up. Dad, what about me?
Yes, exactly. So Fairway Mortgage it's fairly big out there. I know I've heard of it. And you guys do a lot of great work and have a lot of great agents out there. But the reason why I asked you to come on the show is because of the programs that Fairway has giving back to the veteran community. So can you talk a little bit about that for me?
I certainly can. So when I first decided to get pursue my love for mortgage stuff, I kind of interviewed a bunch of different mortgage companies, and Fairway does a lot for veterans through the American Warrior Initiative. Like they do, we try to give back as much as possible, but the main thing is service dogs for veterans in need of a service dog. No cost to them. The American Warrior Initiative trains the dogs and does everything and no cost to the veteran. And we do that plus a whole lot more other things through the American Warrior Initiative that kind of was drawn to Fairway for that reason, because I'm a veteran, and anything to do with veteran related stuff, I'm all for. So yeah, I love, there's a laundry list of things that American Warrior Initiative does, but we could take all day and talk about it. But the main thing is the service dogs that.
Oh, shoot. I said something really brilliant. You know how this works, right? I am so brilliant at this. What I was saying is, you and I were talking about dogs just before the show, and I had no idea that American Warrior Initiative was a big proponent of service dogs, or really supported service dogs. So how cool is that? Tell me about, are you doing some fundraising? How do people get involved with this initiative to support veterans and the service dogs, or American Warrior Initiative?
So one of the ways, so actually in April, I forgot the date, but they'll be here in Houston, and we have a big event in Houston. I'll have to look at the dates and stuff. I don't have it locked.
We can put it in the show notes. Just shoot them over to me and I'll put them in the
Okay.
show notes when I post this podcast. Yeah.
So either go into there, and I'll give you the website and everything else. So they can go to the website and or come to one of the events. And we do events pretty much in all 50 states. And so either just mainly go into the website and find the donate button, or if you know a veteran in need of a service dog, we like to reach out to those people as well, because trying to reach as many people as we possibly can, as many veterans.
Okay, awesome. So anybody who's listening to the show today, or even post live, if you will, we'd love for you guys to share this with other veterans in your community, because this is a nationwide support organization for veterans. All right. What else? I know there is something else for the American Warrior Initiative that's really important to you and Fairway Mortgage, and the reason why you got involved. I understand that you guys, Fairway, does some fundraising specifically for American Warrior Initiative. Is that what's happening in April?
So we're doing some there. April's fundraising, but a lot of just kind of getting the word out. And they come down to the Houston, not a ton, but probably they try to get down here at least once a year, because they're in all 50 states and stuff. And so they do a lot of traveling. And actually one of the board members and one of the founding board members from American Warrior Initiative is a Fairway loan officer from Louisiana. Yeah, so that makes it.
Yeah, absolutely. So important. All right. I know that you are also volunteering inside of the Houston Veterans Chamber of Commerce. Tell me about that organization.
So the Houston Veteran Chamber of Commerce, I'm glad I found it. I'm also on a board for Veteran Association of Real Estate Professionals. They kind of, CJ from there tapped me into the Houston Chamber. But so the Chamber, I don't know, the outreach the Chamber has is growing and growing and growing, trying to reach as many organizations as possible, as many veterans as possible. Resources, trying to find different resources for veterans to tap into. A lot of the resources, myself as a veteran, I didn't know even existed or how to find them. And that's a lot of what the Chamber is about, kind of reaching out to different resources. If somebody is looking for just a specific, they want to work with a veteran organization, maybe they're looking for a painter or looking for somebody to do their roof, or a mortgage person or a business development person, that we have the resources for all of that. And it's a good way to branch out, and because there's so many different resources for veterans out there, but none of them talk to each other. So the Houston Veteran Chamber is kind of like a hub and reaches all the other tentacles of all the other organizations.
I love it. You were listening the other night, right? When we
I love that slide, that slide that you put up, I don't know, that opened my eyes to like, holy, and that's just the tip of the iceberg of what is out there.
Yeah, those were only the 21 organizations that showed up to that one meeting, right? There are hundreds of them in the Houston area. And you told the story of, so VAREP is out there, and CJ introduced you to the Chamber, and I was introduced to the Chamber through John's wife, who is not a veteran. And we have a lot of people in our chamber that are not veterans. They just want to be there to support.
Yep.
So for the listeners, if you guys are interested in the American Warrior Initiative, there are absolutely opportunities out there. If you want to help with service dogs, those opportunities are out there through the American Warrior Initiative. And if you just want to get involved in the local community and helping veterans, whether you're a Patriot business, a veteran-owned business, or even a veteran support organization, the chamber needs you. It really is about creating this community of people to serve the veteran. And it doesn't matter whether you're a veteran or not. Chris and I happen to be, but that's not the only reason why we're in the chamber, right? It really is because we want to get out there and help other veterans. So Chris, so I'll put the April information in the show notes so that people can go out there. What is the best way to contact you if people have any questions and want to come to you directly?
So probably the best way, either my email, which is chris.finck@fairwaymc.com, and you'll probably mess up my last name. It's Finck. Most people spell it wrong, but so it's chris.finck@fairwaymc.com. Or my cell phone, 360-608-0428. Yes, I have a Washington number still. I've been hesitant to change it. I've been in Texas for 5 years, and it's like, I don't know, one of those things it's hard to let go of. So those are probably two of the best ways to reach me.
Okay, awesome. So you probably didn't know this about me, but we moved here from Seattle. So we'll have to talk offline about that. I had a 256 number for the longest time after we moved to Texas. So
well, I moved here. So my Marine Corps buddy talked me into moving here. I said, okay, I'm going to tell your wife I'm living with you guys for a little while, and then came down to Houston. But I thought I was getting away from all the rain and the cold weather, but yeah, it's not happening.
I think you brought it with you. Come on,
I think
Chris.
so. Well, I did a comparison. So I'm from Vancouver, Washington, so southern Washington. And I did a comparison last year, and it rains the same amount. It just gets it over with quicker down here.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. That is one of the things that people think, Washington gets all of this rain, and they don't. It's misty. So we had more cloudy days there than we do here. We like to tease that we came to Texas like see-through because we just didn't get enough sun or vitamin D in Washington. Listen, Chris, thank you so much for coming on the show today to talk about Fairway Mortgage, how they're involved in the community and helping veterans, American Warrior Initiative, the Service Dog Initiative inside of that organization. Thank you for your service to the United States. And also thank you for being a part of the Houston Veterans Chamber of Commerce.
Of course. Thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. And that concludes this week's episode of Serving the Community.